If you have no idea who he is and the kind of player that he is a 6'8" wing player that's mainly a power forward at this point. Throughout his time in the NBA, playing 92 games so far, mainly garbage time and, really ladder rotation minutes at most when needed for an injury replacement. Up until this point, averaging 3.5 points per game, 2.2 rebounds per game, under 1 assist per game, shooting 39.6% from the field and 26% from beyond the arc. Not very good and not very efficient. Though if we look to his numbers in the G League, they definitely are a whole lot better. Didn't play in the G League last season, primarily was a bench player for the Mavericks that they didn't really want to send down to the G League due to their constant injuries and not having much depth, but he did play in the G League during the 2023-24 NBA season, averaging roughly 18 points per game, 8 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game, 1 steal per game, and shooting a much more efficient 51% from the field and 42% from 3, which obviously looks a whole lot better for him. However, can we trust that over what he's shown in the NBA or maybe has not been able to show? That's definitely up for debate here. Pointing to what he has or has not done in the NBA so far, there's definitely a lot of concern with him. Obviously why the Mavericks waived him and therefore gave up on him and bypassed him for a guy like Dante Exum. Obviously plenty of concern here with Maximus Prosper. Number one simply being his shooting ability, or rather lack thereof again. Only a 26% career 3-point shooter so far, like I mentioned before. And unfortunately for him, he's not a better corner 3-point shooter. Pretty much identical to his 3-point percentage, is a 25.9% corner 3-point shooter so far. And if you're an off-ball wing player like himself, then you kind of have to be somewhat efficient from somewhere on the court that's not inside the 3-point line. And unfortunately for him, he's not been able to be that so far. Again, maybe there's hope with his G League numbers being better. Again, shooting a very impressive 42.5% in the G League during the 23-24 G League season, but he's simply not been able to translate that to the NBA. Not only that, but he's not been that efficient around the rim to make up for it, even with his great athletic ability, and he is a very good athlete by the way. It's not been that great for him. But if you are willing to look past the inconsistent offense and up and down 3-point shooting, then there might be something here like with him on defense. After all, that's why the guy was drafted and why the Mavericks initially took a chance on Olivier Maximus Prosper. Really had nothing to do with offense. Even back in college was not a great offensive player or 3-point shooter. During his final year of college, only averaging about 12.5 points per game on a sub 34% 3-point shooting mark. Again, it really came down to defense and his overall frame and athletic ability too. With the guy being 6'8", having a near 7-foot wingspan, not to mention with a chiseled 230-pound frame to go with it, he does have the ideal build for a forward in today's NBA. With the athletic ability to add onto it, is definitely a prototypical defensive-minded player, a guy with the build for it and the build to defend possibly 1-4 and sometimes 1-5 in a small ball lineup. That's what he had to offer and still currently does have to offer too. Though up until this point has not even proven that much. If you care about defensive numbers like defensive box plus minus rating for example, does happen to have a negative 0.8 defensive BPM rating, that being during his NBA career. Yes, again, you can point to his G League numbers being a bit better, but I think it's more important to talk about what he's done in the NBA so far, not what he's done in the G League, as that's not the long-term outlook for him, or not what it should be. So in that regard, he does have potential, but has yet to even show it on defense. Obviously good moments with him and a whole lot better defensively than offensively, but even not that has shown through that much quite yet. And well, if you ask me, he still currently happens to be a project player at 23, something the Lakers already have in guys like Bronny James, Dalton Connect to a degree, now with Adu Thero, who he actually kind of does resemble, not to mention an older version of Adu Thero, a 6'8" player with a chiseled frame and great athletic ability, without a very reliable offensive game. So in my opinion, given that the Lakers already have one player like that, again with Adu Thero, who kind of fills that combo forward spot for their team that they're looking to currently develop, I'm not sure they really have room for another player like Olivier Maximus Prosper. Again, I think there definitely is upside here with him. I think if they could unlock it from him or any other team could unlock it with him, then there's a very good NBA player here with him. But with them already trying to do that with Adu Thero, working with Bronny, trying to work with Dalton Connect, I'm not sure that there's another spot for Olivier Maximus Prosper, unfortunately. But I think that'll pretty much do it for this one. And if you enjoyed the video, then I would greatly appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell to never miss out when I upload a video. But as always, thank you for watching and have a great day or night.